Have you ever wondered what walking 20 miles in a VR horror game would be like? Yeah, me neither. Supposedly, Squirrelador's recent horror map, Anemoia, is insanely long and scary. Luckily, I know the right person to play this game. He doesn't really know how long this game is, and yeah, he also doesn't know how to say the name of the game. Anemoia. So when you start this game, you start off as a security guard at a pole, I guess. And right then and there, it pretty much sets the tone and pace for the entire game. It was a lot of walking, almost about 20 miles of walking, over 42,000 steps. That's how long it took me to finish this game, which I know some games are longer, but when you have to go through the whole thing at this speed, this is the maximum speed, so there's no point in trying to sprint. For 20 miles, about 6 hours of gameplay is just soul-crushingly painful. There's just something about slow-paced games that just hurt my soul. I'm gonna start cheating using my joystick. The theme of this game is liminal spaces, which are abandoned places that seem eerily familiar. Oh my god. Oh god. I kicked my light. It's okay. So I get why all the subrooms are completely different and never have any correlation to each other, but if a lack of understanding the point and objective of the game was supposed to make me nervous, it really didn't. All it did was keep me kind of uninvested and a little bit confused. This is about as immersive as VR gets. I'm literally crawling on my knees in a vent that looks to be 100,000 miles long. Oh no. Ugh. I should start off by saying I'm just generally not into horror games in Rec Room specifically. I guess you could say I'm a pretty tough crowd when it comes to these games in Rec Room. I'm just not a huge fan of cheap thrills, and I feel like horror maps rely a lot on their jump scares. I'm not saying that all horror maps are bad, but it takes a lot to really scare me. And I'm not a fan of slow-paced games unless they can really keep me on edge the whole time. A jump scare may catch me off guard at the moment. Oh. But once it's gone, all feelings of fear are gone because I know I'm not going to get jump scared for another, what, 20 or 30 minutes or something? Yeah, let me guess. Another choir session. 1, 2, 3, go. Uh-huh. Yeah. I think tension buildup through sheer detail and anxiety-inducing sound designs are what really gets me when it comes to horror games. And let's not forget to mention that the treadmill did do a really good job keeping me more immersed than I could have been without it. And so because of that, I did start off this game pretty unnerved. Bro. Chill, I'm chill. But not long into the gameplay, I noticed I started getting desensitized pretty quickly. I think it had to do with the fact that I was getting pretty used to the treadmill and the pacing was really slow. I understand that slowing down the speed of walking is helpful at times to build suspense, but walking like this for 6 hours isn't exactly my idea of a good time. Even at times when you were told to run, the speed was still slower than my Wi-Fi at my nearest McDonald's. There's a subroom in this game where your objective is to walk down one straight path for like 30 minutes straight with no goals and no agenda. You're just walking. Now, I'm not trying to bash this game because I know this game took a lot of time and a lot of effort, and this is someone's hard work. I'm not saying that it's like the most terrible thing in Rec Room. It really isn't. I just don't think it's my cup of tea. This game took me 2 sessions of recording to finish because after about 3.5 hours, my controllers that I had fully charged before playing this game. had died. I know a lot of people are gonna say that I just didn't enjoy walking throughout this game because I was getting physically tired because I was on a treadmill. But the fact is, even if I had to replay this game again, I would probably do it on the treadmill because at least then I was more immersed, which created a little bit more intensity for me. I'm also not like a professional builder or anything, but I think maybe some textures or a little bit more detail in the rooms or some more sound design would have been a little bit helpful for building more tension, as I was never really on edge a lot of times. I was just walking down some hallways very slowly. I also noticed I found myself very confused with the story of the game because none of the rooms really transitioned from the next one in any really unique way. They were always the same door with the same jump scare. Oh my. Maybe I'm not him. And there wasn't really anything that made me invested into the game, like some characters or story or any dialogue. The only time I was really interested in the story was at the end, because that was the only time the characters were really being explained or had any meaningful dialogue. And speaking of the ending, I do want to say I did really like how things were wrapped up. It was really creepy and it did really do a good job. I was actually really happy with the red light, green light task and cleaning up the liquor store, because they were different tasks from, you know, just the typical look for a key task. And I also loved how the game started to make me question my sanity when a door or something would pop up as soon as I turned my back. No. No, that door wasn't there. I'm not losing my mind. I wish more details like this were in the game, and he did do a great job like this, with, for example, the chairs being constantly rearranged in different ways in the school. But the game was just so huge that small details like this would have been helpful to keep me unnerved in times that started to feel mundane. If you have fears of really long hallways and walking really slow, and obviously jump scares, then you should definitely try out this room. But keep in mind that this is going to take you about 15 to 20 miles of really slow walking. I hope this wasn't too harsh. This is just my honest opinion. And like I said, I'm just a really tough person to please when it comes to horror games in Rec Room. But I definitely do think I still want to try some more horror maps. Maybe this one just wasn't my cup of tea. And I know Squirrelador has a ton of options for me to choose from. I'll probably look through 3 of a kinds maps as well. Please go ahead and comment any horror maps in Rec Room that you think might be more up my alley. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you next week. Thank you, see you, bye.